Groovey with Colorado. The light wasn't on. I'm sorry. Ready? Hey, this is Groovey with Colorado Music Buzz and Hollywood.TV, and I'm here with Spider from Powerman 5000. I can't talk because it's so freaking cold here.
No, it's just you're so excited to be here with me.
I'm going through puberty again.
Yes. I thought you said Pirate Man, which might be a better name for a band. I don't know.
Nothing's better than Powerman. So how's it going, man?
It's going good. We're freezing our asses off here in Denver. I told you the story about our bus getting stuck on a mountaintop last night, and so we just barely made it to the show. But we're here. We're ready to rock.
It's going to be a great show. I gotta concur. The weather's freaking brutal. It's horrible. I'm just gonna apologize to you for now.
It's not your fault.
Well,
I know you're a powerful man and you're in charge of many things, but the weather is not one of them.
That's true. That is true. Now, new album just came out. Somewhere on the Other Side of Nowhere.
Yes.
I have it. It's freaking awesome. Seriously. What's the scoop on the album?
Yeah, it came out beginning of October 6th, new album, and we've been working on it for a long time. It's been 3 years. Well, we haven't been working for 3 years. We've been sitting around for 2 years, 6 months, and we worked for 6 months. But yeah, it's been a long time since the record's been out, and I'm more excited about this record than I've been about anything we've done in a very long time. Sort of a return to kind of what people know us most for, that electronic meets metal with some pop culture, science fiction overtones, and so to me this is really what we do best. And I think this is, I hate to say this because every band says this is our best record ever, but I really actually do think it's our best record that we've made, and so I'm psyched about it. And so the response has been great.
I've had it for like a week. I've been playing it constantly. Love a lot of the songs. I mean, Supervillain's amazing.
Cool.
V for Vampire, another great one. Do you have a favorite?
Well, I mean, Supervillain is one of my favorites because that was a song, we wrote that sort of early on in the making of the record, and it kind of set the tone for the album. When we wrote that song, every time you make a record, you have one song and you realize, okay, now we know what we're doing. And that was that song. We made that, and it kind of laid the groundwork for the album, and so that's one of my favorites as well.
Yeah, it's awesome. Now, what's the scoop on the tour besides almost dying on a mountain last night?
Well, the tour is almost over. We have 3 shows left, tonight being one of them, and we've been out for 4 weeks, and it's been amazing. Talking about the new album, we've been playing a lot of new songs, and it's a weird experience because everybody's loving the new songs, and usually, when you have a new album out, it takes a while for people to warm up, and you play the new songs, and people go get a beer, and Right. But on this tour, remarkably, I think the enthusiasm level for the new songs is surpassing the old songs, so it's a good sign that people are into it, and I think we're attracting a lot of new fans with this album.
Well, I mean, from the heart, man, it's a great, great album. It's probably one of my favorites, like you said, that you put out in years, not just the 3 years that you're goofing off.
Yeah,
but
right. Well, thanks. I appreciate it.
No, it's really, really good. Now, future tour plans, where are you headed?
Well, we're going home for the holidays, and we'll fire it up again in 2010. We don't have anything set yet, but there are some rumblings of certain things, and there's talk of Europe, and there's talk of... So we'll see what happens.
Now, any other big plans for the band besides that? Any other releases or things going on?
I mean, one thing we really want to do is put more music out, and we've sort of notoriously been slow between albums, and so now what I really love to do is get right back in the studio, write a song or two, throw it out digitally. You just keep music flowing, and don't let people wait so long for music. But really, we're focused on this album and figuring out what we're going to do next year for tour. So it's pretty much just being on the road.
Right on. Very cool. Now, you're doing a lot of stuff with Fearnet. What's the scoop on that?
Well, Fearnet's this awesome, it's a website and also on-demand, 24-hour, 24/7 horror movie stuff. And we just cover horror movies and some other, genre stuff, related stuff, comics and some sci-fi. And I just stumbled onto this gig where they gave me a microphone like you're doing, although my microphone's a little bit bigger than that one.
I have microphone envy.
Yeah. And they just sent me out. My first gig was in 2008 to go to Comic-Con in San Diego. And I ended up just kind of making it up on the spot, and they dug it. And then so they keep me coming back, and I get to go see... go to great movie premieres and talk to really cool people about horror movies, and it's, other than being in the band, it's the best gig you could possibly have,
That's a great website. The 30 Days a Night series on there, and I think something called 13 for 13.
They just did a web series called Fear Clinic with Robert Englund, who played Freddy Krueger, of course, many years, and so that's a really great. So not only do we cover horror movies, we also create original series and content, and so.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we usually do surveys, and I usually throw weird stuff at people, but I actually want your actual opinion on something, because maybe I'll get some tips here. What are some of your favorite horror movies like in the last year?
New stuff? Well, God, there's a lot of really bad stuff. But that's in any genre. There's a movie it's a really small movie that maybe a lot of people haven't heard of. It's sort of it's in theaters now, but in just selects. It might be in Denver, but it's called The House of the Devil, and it's directed by this guy Ty West, and the story takes place in the 80s. During the whole devil worshipping craze, Right. But the amazing thing about this movie, it's not like one of these movies that sort of pays homage to the 80s and sort of on a surface level. I mean, this movie feels like it was just plucked from another time. It's so authentically done, and it's a really slow-paced movie. So if you're into just like the MTV style editing, you probably won't like it. But it's a great movie, and that's kind of the coolest thing I've seen as far as new movies recently.
That's awesome. Awesome. I'm going to check it out. We do actually have one other survey.
Okay.
For everyone coming through town.
Survey.
Ready? Who would look better with a mullet, me or Stu?
I don't know if I could tell the difference, quite honestly. I think, you might, because you've got the beard, and it would sort of, the locks would sort of all flow into one,
Sort of a fob.
Yeah.
Mulletness.
But I would suggest that you guys do that. Just try it out.
There you go.
Next episode.
For the next episode. Thank you for your time, man. This is Groovy with Colorado Music Buzz and Hollywood Music TV, and I'm here with Spider from Powerman 5000 at the Bluebird Theater, and it's really freaking cold, but I'm stoked to be here with Spider.
Yeah.